Tuesday and the packaging continues. Packaging day part 2. But I'm almost done and my mail guy should be here today later on to pick them up. And yeah, but I have coffee, which I'm not too pleased about. I finished drinking my favorite type of coffee, which is Stumptown. It's actually brewed here and roasted here in Brooklyn, and my cat's tail almost wanted my coffee. But in my Moody's Diner from Maine. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's an amazing place and you should go try all of their pies. They're amazing. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, I had some leftover Dunkin' Donuts chocolate glazed donut, which sounds amazing. It smells amazing, but the taste isn't so great. It's actually kind of pungent, very strong. Oh, that sounds horrible, but very strong. And I kind of made it a little weak this morning, and I think I'm gonna have to go on a field trip to pick up some more of my favorite brand coffees. So in the meantime, I've got to finish up packaging up all these orders, tie up some more yarn, and get on with the day. So I've started loading up my racks with all the yarn that I just skeined up. This is all the yarn that I dyed from yesterday, and yes, there will be more by tomorrow. So I finished labeling and packaging all my skeins from last week. So yeah, I still have to put some labels on these. But down here we have, well, I don't know if you remember these from last week, but these are the skeins that were my one-of-a-kinds that I dyed up. So they cannot be repeated, but they will be going in the shop on Friday. And then I had some Moondrop, which I dyed up also last week. And then these skeins right here, I don't know if you are familiar, but the Knit More Girls podcast did a collaboration with Lolo Bars, or with Barmaids, and Lara from Jinx Yarns and I, we did a collaboration with them, and we dyed up some yarn for the Lolo Bar, or the Barmaids, I should say. They make Lolo Bars, but they are called the Barmaids. And this was the colorway called Sock Squatch. Jasmine and Gigi came up with that name. And yeah, it will not be a repeatable colorway in my shop, but I do have some extras that I'm going to list for sale at some point. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week or after the new year. We shall see, but they will be going into the shop very soon. But yeah, anyway, time for me to tie up some more yarn and then maybe get some lunch, and then maybe get some lunch, because I am getting a little peckish over here. It is close to noon, so yay! Hey guys, so I finished tying up my yarn. I had some lunch. I was gonna go out and get some soup, but because it is kind of a soup day, it's very chilly out, but there just aren't enough hours in the day, and I really wanted to sit down and start my dress that I cut out all the pieces for. I'm going to be making this dress, which I showed off over the weekend, I believe, and yeah, so I just settled for some salad and for some tofu, and I'll have a big dinner. And the fabric is here. So very simple, black, little white sprinkles all over it. It should be adorable. So yeah, let's get started. So I've already messed up on this. I sewed a dart shorter than it's supposed to be. Only one dart. Seam ripper is my best friend right now, so. Okay, so here is what I have done on my dress so far. I have one sleeve set in, so yay, that's progress. Although I may rip it out because I may redo it because it feels just a smidge snug around my arm. You know, I mean, I still have like a little movement, but I could use a little bit more. You can see I have deodorant on it already. So yeah, that might happen, but I'm gonna set in the second sleeve and see how that looks. But as you can see, I already have the bias tape sewn on there. Yes, I apologize for the deodorant, but anyway, you know how it goes. But yeah, it's just a simple wrap dress and I love the way it's turning out. Yeah, so all right, it's about 3 o'clock. I should probably stop now and get some dyeing done. So let's get to the dye pots. Have some Bush de Noël brewing in the pots right now, and it's looking very merry. So I did a small batch of Bush Noël tonight, and I'm currently working on another project that I can't quite talk about, but I did dye up some stuff for that. But this is what I have going into the shop on Friday. So I really, really, really love the way this colorway turned out. And it's funny because it's slightly different than the last time I dyed it up, which was the very first time I dyed up this colorway. This one almost has like it's almost more on like the pink side, but like a chocolate pink. So I don't know, it's really, I love when that happens though. It just kind of, you know, the colorway just kind of comes into its own when you dye it numerous times. After several times of dyeing it, just develops like a personality kind of. It's interesting, I don't know. But anyway, it's my own personal brand of crazy. And now it is time to make dinner. I could dye more, but I promised Dennis I would make dinner since it didn't happen last night. So let's go make some falafel. In the crock pot, it's cooking. So we are having falafel, which, if you are not familiar, is a recipe I kind of improvised by accident. It was part of, what was it, 365 Days of Crockpot. I can't remember the blog, but I found out how to make falafel in a crock pot, but something went wrong during the whole first process, and instead of falafel balls, it turned into falafel loaf. Basically like a falafel meatloaf, if you will. If you're vegetarian, I think you would totally enjoy it. I posted a recipe of it on believe it or not, on yarngasmpodcast.com. I'll post a link to it in the show notes for this particular vlog. But anyway, I made it again. It's been a while. I purchased a new food processor because if you follow me on Instagram, my old food processor decided to eat the dust, bite the dust. Is that the correct term? I think it's bite the dust. Anyway, it decided to die on me on Thanksgiving Day when I was making my pear cranberry ginger crap crumble, which I called it. But anyway, I love my new food processor. It's awesome and it works like a dream, and dinner should be amazing. So yeah, I will try and post photos of it once it's all done. And yeah, but in the meantime, I know I'm rambling. This is my rambling segment. While I was dyeing yarn, I knit on my Mercury socks. This is my second pair, and the first sock of a whole pair is complete, you guys. It is done. This is Knit Style Yarns on her chic sock base in the Fall and Fairy colorway, and oh my gosh, you guys, I love this sock so much. It is done. It is done. It is done. So now I just have to cast on the second sock, which I will do right now after I'm done recording. But there are so many things that I want to be knitting on right now, you guys. I want to finish my fleecency mitts. There's that, and then I want to finish my my Treccia hat. Those two projects in particular I want to have finished because it's getting cold. It is cold. Winter is pretty much here. I think I will sit down, enjoy some more Vlogmas vlogs, and get on with knitting, because yeah, there's so much I want to do, so much I want to finish. And I'm so tired. But yeah, so anyway, I will try and videotape some more stuff that I work on tonight. But in the meantime, I will see you tomorrow bright and early. And I got a question from a viewer, and this is from Della3. Hi! And she asks, I've noticed one thing, you eat out quite a bit. Well, compared to me anyway, and that's not a proper comparison because you seem to have wonderful and accessible places to eat while I'm living in a very rural area. So my question is, do you cook? Do you have recipes that are special to you? If not, what are your favorite everyday types of meals when you eat out? Okay, well, if you have been tuning in, you know that I am cooking tonight, so yay! I do try to cook at least once or twice a week, although it is kind of difficult, and if you can imagine, working over a stove for a good part of the day is not very encouraging to, it doesn't really inspire me to cook at the end of the day, if you can imagine that, but I do try to make an effort. And yes, we do live in a city where you can just walk right outside and go to a restaurant. It doesn't have to be even, we have restaurants that are fancy, and then you have restaurants that are just very casual, and Dennis and I generally go to very casual restaurants, nothing hoity-toity or anything, but we do have our favorite Indian restaurants, and we do have our favorite gastropubs, and just local haunts that we go to that are entirely affordable, and you know, just a quick bite out to eat, and it's fun. You know, you just go get a burger, get a drink, and hang out and relax, and you know, it's just a perfect night to cap off the day. But yes, I do have favorite recipes, and if you follow me on Pinterest, I do have several boards of all my favorite recipes that I like to make, but I do especially love cooking in the crock pot, which I am doing tonight. But two of my favorite recipes to make in the crock pot are what I'm making tonight, the falafel, and then there's this one recipe called sriracha Thai chicken, and you can also adapt it for vegetarian cuisine as well. So you know, I've made it with chicken, and I've also made it with tofu, and I've had excellent reviews all around whenever I've made them. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, and I kind of like answering questions while I'm vlogging. But anyway, keep the questions coming, and thank you so much for all of your feedback and input regarding the vlog. And yeah, all right, back to the knitting. This is Falafeloaf. I am so hungry, you have no idea.